Ford brought the Ranger back to North American soil in 2019. It wasn't a new truck, rather, it was a version of an older, overseas market vehicle that couldn't compete against the mid-size pickup segment's latest and greatest. Finally, the new Ranger has debuted, and it looks like it will right many of the previous generation's wrongs. When it goes on sale for 2024, the Ranger will slot between the smaller Maverick and larger F-150 in Ford's truck lineup. What we think? It's high time that Ford created a new Ranger, frankly. It was time from the moment the current model hit North American shores. That truck was outdated on arrival, given that it was little more than a warmed-over version of a Ranger that had been sold overseas for several years. That hindered Ford's mid-size foray from being a true competitor against newer mid-size competitors. That looks like it's changing for 2024 as a new Ranger makes its debut. It's not an entirely all-new truck, as it rides on an updated version of the previous platform and will likely use a similar powertrain to the Ranger on sale now. However, the changes seem significant enough to advance the Ranger into contention against the segment's latest and greatest macho styling and a much higher tech interior. Give the 2024 Ranger eye-catching appeal. The hybrid and EV models that are likely on the way should give the Ranger an advantage in the electrified pickup race. We like what we see so far from the 2024 Ranger. We're eager to learn its official North American specs and find out how it drives. What engine will the 2024 Ranger have? We expect the previous Rangers to 0.3-litre turbocharged i4 and 10-speed automatic transmission to carry over. The powertrain may get slight increases in output over its current 270 horsepower and 310 pounds-ft of torque, and shift performance or ratios in the 10-speed auto could be updated. Basic Rangers will likely be RWD, with part-time and full-time 4WD systems offered depending on trim. If any aspects of the last Ranger carry over into the 2024 model, this powertrain is welcome. It was one of the few things we liked about that truck. This shouldn't come as a surprise, but the turbo diesel and manual transmission options Ford indicates availability for in other markets will almost certainly not be offered in North America. Is a hybrid or all-electric Ranger coming? Ford's electrified intentions for its pickup trucks are no secret. See the electric F-150 Lightning and Maverick's hybrid powertrain for proof. A Ford spokesperson told us that there will be an electrified Ranger in the future, so it seems like a matter of time before hybrid or all-electric models debut. Those could be shared with the Bronco's to-be-announced hybrid powertrain, or a battery setup derived from the F-150 Lightning. For the latest news on the 2025 Ford Ranger Lightning Electric, click here to read everything we know about the midsize EV truck. 2024 Ford Ranger bed, towing, and hauling. The 2024 Ranger rides on a modified version of the previous frame, which has been made wider and longer. That allows for a larger bed, which can fit a pallet or sheet of plywood flat between the wheel wells, according to Ford. Bed lengths are still to be determined, but it appears that crew cab, short bed and extended cab, long bed configurations of the truck will be available. The previous Ranger was rated to carry up to 1905 pounds of payload and tow as much as 7,500 pounds. We expect those numbers to improve slightly on the 2024 model. Technology. So far Ford has mentioned 10.1 and 12.0-inch portrait-oriented infotainment touchscreens, similar to what's seen in the Mustang Mach-E. Those will run Ford's Sync for user interface, which include Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. An all-digital gauge display could be standard equipment. Photos show USB Type-A and Type-C ports in the front row, and a wireless charging pad will be included depending on trim. A 360-degree camera system is available, which might be able to show a view of the path ahead, as it can in the Bronco's trail driving modes. Is the new Ranger good off-road? The new Ranger's modified platform is said to provide a better approach angle and axle articulation. The rear dampers are now mounted outside of the frame rails, which is intended to aid articulation as well as ride comfort. Off-roadability is clearly something Ford factored in the 2024 Ranger's design brief. There are dual recovery hooks in the front bumper, and the wild track trim shown in photos looks in its element sliding around on dirt. With its all-terrain tires, Ranger Raptor on the way. We have good news for you. The Ford Ranger Raptor is coming to America. A 3.0-litre twin-turbo V6 makes 284 horsepower for Europe. But we expect the truck that's headed to our market will match the 382 horsepower and 430 pounds-ft of torque that the Australian version is getting. A 10-speed automatic transmission routes power to all four wheels via a full-time four-wheel drive system featuring a 2-speed transfer case, along with the upgraded engine. The 2024 Ford Ranger Raptor will boast a beefed-up chassis to accommodate its off-road intentions. Plus there's a Baja terrain mode for high-speed desert runs. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like.